Okay, so that's correct. And just for the recording sake, we're on page 526, chapter review for chapter 19, practical section. Answer to question number 1 was CPT code 49565. Okay. All right, let's move on to number 2. All right. Repair of an incarcerated umbilical hernia for a 4-year-old patient. Oh, see y'all, and I'll get all in my feels about the scenarios too. I get all in my feels about
pretty bad things.
yeah. I've done billing and coding for some like pediatric hospitalists at Cabrini and Alexandria. I billed for them and coded for them, and that is kids in a hospital. There's some sad stuff. I've done billing for cancer center. That can be some sad stuff. I get in my feels. I really am. I'm all about my feelings. So I feel for all my little patients, even when I don't even know them. All right. So repair of an incarcerated umbilical hernia for a 4-year-old. All right. So again, the most direct route on this one was repair. Again, hernia. Where do we go from there? Where do y'all think we go?
Incarcerated. Is that the word?
Incarcerated?
Yeah.
I mean, is it in jail?
That's why I was like, I don't know.
Right. Probably, let's see, incarcerated or our other options. I would probably go umbilical because that's more of the body part. So that would probably be the way. Repair, then hernia, and then umbilical, and then probably incarcerated. And somebody let me know what you get.
49582.
Bing, 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 bing. Very good. 49582. Awesome. Does everybody see, y'all that are following along, do y'all see how we got there? Do y'all have any questions thus far? Good. Good to continue on. All right.
I have the answers. I'll just let everyone else answer. I'm just gonna stop answering.
I appreciate
Give everybody else a chance.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I know you know the answer. I know you following along. I appreciate you letting everybody else have turn too. That's good stuff. Oh, y'all, I didn't finish telling y'all about the Honor Society requirements. 3.5 GPA. Attendance. You gotta attend. Not perfect attendance, but majority, okay? And you gotta participate. If you're a 3.5 GPA student and you come to class or submit assignments every single day, but I've never spoken to you, you've never come to a Zoom meeting, you don't participate in the discussion questions and stuff like that, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get in the Honor Society. It's for the, you're supposed to be well-rounded, right? Well-rounded student, which makes a well-rounded employee. They want to know that you can get along good with your fellow employees. You're going to participate in your office stuff and or your company stuff. You know, they want your involvement. So your involvement in school matters. So that's what it's about. 3.5 GPA, getting that attendance in, and participation. And I'm going to do some things to make participating a little bit easier and more fun. I'm going to figure something out. I'm working on it. It's a work in progress. But okay, so let's get back to chapter 19, just a couple more so I can let y'all go for the day. Let's look at number 10. All right. And this is a little bit long. Actually, no. not number 10, because all they're asking me for is CPT codes. Let's look at number 8. A sigmoidoscopy with endoscopic biopsy is performed on a Medicare patient who has an area of ulceration in the rectosigmoid region. The excision of the tissue specimen causes bleeding that is controlled endoscopically. All right. A lot of big fun words there. A lot of big fun words. But what it's going to break down to for procedure. Sigmoidoscopy. List it out for you. A sigmoidoscopy with endoscopic biopsy. I would be willing to bet that somewhere in the CPT codes, it indents to with or without biopsy. You're going to probably have a choice there, but you're going to start with the sigmoidoscopy. All right. And then from the options under that, you're going to go biopsy, right? A sigmoidoscopy with biopsy is performed. Medicare patient has an area of ulceration in the rectosigmoid region. All right, so area of ulceration in the rectosigmoid region. Okay, so that would be ulcer. Yeah. I'm going to tell y'all, yeah, you're going to start with ulcer. Whenever you have ulceration, laceration, a lot of the Asians, that's going to be that's a key indicator of diagnosis there. Okay.
I was just about to ask you if that would be considered a diagnosis. The ulceration would be considered the diagnosis.
Right.
So that's how you would be able to find that. That's what I started learning about the ICD-10 CM. I have to keep reminding myself, look for the diagnosis, not the procedure that's being done. The procedure is for the CPT. The diagnosis is what they have in order to come up with the ICD-10 code.
Yep. Okay. Think about it like this. You're right. You're exactly right. Your claim form is basically the who, what, when, where, and why of the medical record, right? Okay. Your doctors are listed on there. That's the who. The what is your procedure codes. That's what was done. CPT. When you're looking for procedure codes, you look in your CPT. The procedure is what is done to the patient. Okay. The where is the facilities and all that are listed on the claim form as well. And the why is your diagnosis, your ICD-10s. The who, what, when, where, and why is all on that claim form. And right, CPT, current procedural terminology. Procedures, what is done to the patient, on the patient, for the patient, done, right? Your diagnosis is what's wrong with the patient, why said procedure was done. I'm doing this procedure and I'm backing it up with these diagnosis codes.
Okay. Awesome. Now that's how I get it.
Exactly. Yep. Okay, so yeah, we're going to start with ulceration or ulcer as it's more commonly known, an ulcer. And then I believe it goes into the first indentation is all the different types of ulcers. Or where I think most ulcers are kind of classified by what body part they're attached to. So I think we're going to go ulcer, rectosigmoid. Because it says in the rectosigmoid region. Can anybody tell me what we're getting there? Anybody there yet?
I don't see the the rectosigmoid region under ulcer.
Break out my book and I'll tell you what page. One book. Okay. And I'll give y'all another hint. When you're looking through the alphabetic index, up in the corner, it gives you, just like a dictionary, it gives you which word it starts and ends the page on. So that makes it, when you're going through that alphabetic index, a little bit easier if you're looking at that to get to where you're going. You ulcer. Oh, Lord. And this is one of those 2-3 pages of options. All right, so ulcer, ulcerated, ulcerating, ulceration, ulcerative. Let's see. So basically what I'm doing is I'm going down the column. I want to look for rectosigmoid, right? So I'm going down, y'all see there's, after it says ulcer, like on the L, there's like this light gray line that goes all the way down the column. That's your first indentation line, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow that line until I get to the R's.
Are we in the CPT book?
No, we're in the ICD-10 book.
Huh? I'm in the wrong book. Okay.
It's all good.
There's the wrong book.
All right, so lower limb, pressure, pressure. Start with S, R, S. Okay, so follow that first column all the way through all those different columns till you get to the section with the R's. And that's going to be on page 467. All right, so when you get to page 467, it is in the left-hand column. Just a little bit ways down, like a third of the way down. And you'll see, or not even that far actually. You'll see rectosigmoid K63.3. Y'all see that?
See that. And then we go.
Which one you said? I think I got.
Page 467, left-hand column, just
I
a little
found it.
ways down. You got it?
Uh-huh.
Everybody else got it? Y'all see it? Rectosigmoid in that first, following that first gray line, y'all, and it's alphabetical. So you just follow that first line through all those columns until you get to what you're looking for, or what you think you're looking for. Because sometimes you could be wrong. Sometimes you might be looking for the wrong thing. All right, but this one, we are looking for rectosigmoid, and it is right there, and it says K63.3. So then we would go to the, K63.3, and we would find out if we needed to add anything in, if we needed to attach anything to the back end of it, or, if there's any special rules that go along with that one. But as it happens, there are not. This one's kind of pretty simple. So that was our code. But you always have to go to the code and verify it, okay? Don't work out of the alphabetic index. Not for CPT, not for ICD-10. Do not stop at the alphabetic index. Go to the page in the chapter, see what it's about. All right. So we got that one. All right. Do y'all want to stop there, or do y'all want to look at one more?
So the ICD-10 code, what was the code?
It was K63.3.
A63.3.
Mhm.
And you looked under rectal sigmoid.
Right. It was
Rectal
under
sigmoid.
ulcer, but it was like 2 pages of columns before you got to rectosigmoid.
Okay.
So if you go to the page where it says K63.3, you just read, and if nothing else in the,
Right. What you'll do, Miss Patricia, if there are any if it needs a placeholder, a little X character in there, it'll have a little red X by it. If you cannot use that code and you have to use something else, it'll tell you that. Everything that has to, if you can't use that code by itself and you have to attach something else with you, it'll tell you that too. So you'll just basically, you go to that code and basically just make sure that that's the code that fits your scenario the best.
It's like read the fine print type situation.
Exactly. Read the fine print. And you just want to be, the whole point of it is to get the highest level of specificity, is what they say. They want you to get as specific as you possibly can on the information that you're given. Okay. And sometimes you're not given all the information. So you just work with what you got, basically, and just get as specific as you can,
okay,
and then follow whatever rules there
So-
are that pertain to that code.
okay.
Yeah. All right. So do y'all want to do one more, or y'all think we're good?
I'm good. But I don't know about it.
Good. Everybody else feeling comfortable-ish? Or more comfortable than when we started?
Getting there.
And you have to remember when it says excludes, that's mean don't use that code, because part of that says exclude a certain part of it. So you have to continue on looking until you find the wording that sounds almost exact, as long as it doesn't say excludes it.
Right. If it excludes, it'll let you know. And then also, Miss Patricia, and Miss Cassandra, down at the bottom of the ICD-10 book, the bottom of every single page, there's like a legend, kind of like a key legend thing that'll tell you if you see a symbol or a shape or something's highlighted in that ICD-10 book, that legend at the bottom will tell you what to do with that. Okay. All the symbols and the highlight parts and all the little additional things are listed down at the bottom. And they tell you what they are. Or what you
What
need
if it said, what if you look up something and just say continue, but it don't have like no numbers by it?
I would need to look at it.
Huh?
I would need to look at it. I don't know if
Oh, I'm
I've
gonna take
seen
a
that.
picture next time.
Yeah. Next time you see that, make a note of it for me so I can look at it and we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah, because I always come across one that might say C condition. And I'm still saying to myself, but I thought
Yeah.
that was the diagnosis, the condition. Why does it say C condition? And I'm like, what condition?
Yes, I had that one too.
I did
Yeah.
There
usually
are
go to-
some, I've seen some do that. And what was it? I can't remember what it was off the top of my head, but yes. And I think it might have been like a leg fracture or some type of bone fracture. And I looked it up and it said C condition. It wanted me to look under fracture, not, it wanted me to start with fracture, not whatever the body part that I was trying to start with was. So yeah. When it
So
says
just go to
condition,
like when it say that, go to another word. Like
yeah, look for a
something else.
different keyword that's giving you a problem. That's a problem for the patient. Something that the
Most of
patient
the
has
time,
wrong.
if I see that, if they say go to condition and then it says go to disease, so you have to go to the condition first. And
Right.
then you have to go
Condition
to
and
the
disease are just about the same thing. Yeah, you can take condition and disease as the same thing. They want you to go to whatever the cause, the root factor is, instead of the body part.
Mhm.
Which it could be like fracture or repair, anything like that. Any type of more procedure than a body part is what they want you to start with when they do that. But yeah. All right. Anything else for me today, y'all? Got any questions, concerns? We good? This has been a fun meeting. I thoroughly enjoyed this one. I got to share some really good stuff with y'all. So that was, I always enjoy that. All right. Again, you guys, thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate your time. This was a long meeting. It didn't seem like it, but it was a long meeting. So thank y'all for sticking in with me. I appreciate it so much. And I will post the recorded portion of this. You guys know you automatically get your attendance and points for the lab for today. Nothing more for you to do for that. So next week's Zoom is going to be on Wednesday at 3:30. And again, we will have those guests from Career Services. So think up some good questions to pepper them with.
Okay.
Quiz them down, y'all. Quiz them down. But if that's it, y'all have a blessed evening and an awesome
too.
happy Easter. Have a great Easter.
You too.
Happy Easter.
Thank you. You have a
Thank
happy
you.
Easter also.
You too.
All right, ladies. Bye.
Bye.